So, lads, today we just watched the Dallas Wings play their first game of the season. And I'm going to break down quite a lot of things about this game, but I'm just going to very quickly go over just my initial thoughts. The Dallas Wings suck. That's my first thoughts. The Dallas Wings suck. They suck. They absolutely suck. They have no coach. They employ Nalissa Smith. Their coach doesn't seem to know about. Their coach was shocked that the Minnesota Lynx were cutting so much. A team whose offense is cutting. Again, they employ Nalissa Smith. That is an important statement to make. They employ Nalissa Smith. They only played Ty Harris, who was arguably one of their three best players today, 14 minutes. They looked so much better when she was on the floor. They did not start Maddie Siegrist, who again was one of their better players today. They protected Tiara McCown over Carla Late. And yeah, so the Minnesota Lynx were not very good for most of the game. For an awful lot of the game, they weren't very good. I'm going to be honest, for most of this game, they did not play well. They didn't play well. And it was just the two-man game between Nafise Collier and Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams with 25 and 9 assists. Nafise Collier with 34 points. And by the way, every single time Nalissa Smith is on the floor, they just attacked her. They attacked Nalissa Smith every single possession. They attacked Nalissa Smith. Whether it be Jessica Shepard, who looks like a beast. Oh my God. Having her off the bench when Alana Smith comes back, the Lynx are the team to beat. The Lynx didn't shoot particularly well. Maybe they shot better than I thought. The only problem with the Lynx is Natisha Heidemann. Why the Lynx paid Natisha Heidemann so much money is beyond me. She's a major reason why they lost the championship last year. And she was horrendous today. Badian just fouled a little bit. But, Natisha Heidemann's just bad. She was just bad. I thought Peely got a few nice offensive boards at one stage, but, and Kosu just played there at the end, but, when this team gets Alana Smith and Kayla McBride back, I just don't know. I just don't know how anyone can beat them. When you add Jessica Shepard, her post footwork, I don't know how many better players there are in the post than Jessica Shepard. But we're going to talk a little bit about the Wings. Their best players, by a mile, were these two. Maisha Hines, Alan Dejanay. They're two max contract players. Again, let's not forget. The Dallas Wings chose to not protect Carla Late to keep Tiara McCown. The Dallas Wings chose to keep Tiara McCown. Tiara McCown committed 3 fouls in the first minute she was on the floor. She was just smacking people in the face. Isaiah James, I don't even remember Isaiah James being on the floor. I know she was on the first half. Charles came in, looked good in the second half in garbage time. But Arike, oh man, don't get me started on Arike. Arike in the second half was just running to a spot, jumping in the air, throwing the ball at the basket, and flailing. Didn't matter who was near her. She would just dribble to a spot and flail. She wasn't even trying to play basketball today. Just don't get me started on Arike. Arike does Arike things, which is either for good or for bad, and it's bad most of the time. I don't care, when most of the people are talking about Arike, they're players know how good Arike is. Yeah, well, players would have probably voted for Jamal Crawford as an MVP candidate. You can never trust players a lot of the time. Nalissa Smith, it's not her fault she's being put on the floor. It's not Nalissa Smith's fault she's being put on the floor. I mean that. At this stage, I know her plus minus wasn't bad. If you watch that game, Nalissa Smith got caught about 4 times on backdoor cuts from Nafise Collier. Nafise had 34 points. She was horrendous. She was 3 of 10 to start the game. So she went 9 of 11 to end the game. All mostly on open layups. Every time she sees Alyssa Smith, it's a fadeaway. Or it's a fadeaway, it's a cut or something. And every single time Courtney Williams drove to the basket and then she didn't pull up, she just stopped, waited a couple of seconds, looked up, and Nafise Collier's wide open on a cut because Alyssa Smith is guarding her. Like, if you're the Lynx, the only thing I'm saying is I don't care how bad Grace Berger is, there is no way she's worse than Tisha Heidemann. There's no way. There is no way that she's worse than Heidemann. I really like Maddie Siegrist, really crafty scorer. And Dejanay was really good. Dejanay, I thought until Dejanay picked up her fourth foul, she was really nice. Don't really care about the percentages. I thought she was aggressive. I thought she caused havoc. Until she picked up that fourth foul, she was defending really well. The problem was they left her in the game on 3 fouls way too early, and she picked up a fourth foul straight away. They left her in the game for too long. They left her in the game for way too long. While on 4 fouls. But Paige was fine. 7 boards, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls. And according to the broadcast, she had 3 assists, 7 assists according to the broadcast, nearly a triple-double. The broadcast said she had 10, 7, and 7. She had 10 on 10 shots, and I don't mind it because the Dallas Wings' best offense was when Paige Beckers was running the pick and roll. But she very rarely ran the pick and roll. Almost every time Paige Beckers dribbled up and passed the ball, she just stood on the weak side. She stood on the weak side and watched. That's on the coach. That is 100% on the coach. Paige was watching. She was a passenger most of that game. Like, she looked to be aggressive, and I liked it. She went 3 of 4 to start the game. She then missed 6 shots in a row. But at least she was aggressive. No passive crap, she just missed shots. I would rather see inefficient aggression than aggression from being efficient I would rather see inefficient aggression than efficient passiveness. And I would rather see that than her going 3 for 4 and not looking at the basket again. She could have gone 3 for 4 and not looked at the basket because no one was making anything for her. When Arike and Paige, there is no worse fit for Paige Beckers than Arike. Dejanay is looking for hers as well. Maisha Hines-Allen is looking for hers. There is not one, nobody looked to give the ball back to Paige. Nobody looked to give the ball back to Paige at all. For me saying I said triple-double, I said no, the broadcast lied and said she had 7 assists and it looked like she had a near triple-double. Paige is I think it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very, very hard for Paige Beckers to win Rookie of the Year. After looking at how the Mystics are playing and what Sonia Citron is doing, Paige was a passenger. And I don't blame her. I'm blaming that coach. People spamming 3 assists. 2. And I remember what the assists were. One was a kick out to Maddie Siegrist, and one was an unbelievable pass to Alyssa Smith. One thing Paige did pretty okay was she was good at getting into the middle off the pick and roll, and she was good at hitting shooters. But they were kind of missing shots. The only time Paige looked good was when Paige just said, I'm running the show. And the problem is that they want Paige to essentially play to just be an off the ball player. Paige is way better on the ball as a point guard. And if Paige played with a proper coach, if Paige played for a proper coach and was in a better team, it would be something. But there was no leeway given to Caitlin Clark a year ago, who, by the way, was 22, not 23, going 24 at the end of the season in her rookie year. There was no leeway for Caitlin Clark earlier in the year. She was being pressed 94 feet. No one was pressing Paige anywhere. She was being guarded for quite a bit in that game. She took the easiest matchup on the other team. She switched off a couple of times on Diamond Miller on back cuts. So, look, is she in a bad situation? Yeah. But we spent half a season hearing that, it's not that it's Caitlin's fault that the Fever sucked and she had to play for Christy sides. And Paige is now playing for Chris sides. Paige is playing for Chris sides, and this guy might even be worse than Christy sides. He might be worse than Christy sides. So I'm going to be honest. We'll see what Paige is made of here. We're going to have to see what Paige is made of this season, because it's not going to be easy playing with this team, playing with this group of players, playing with this coach. And is Paige going to be good enough to make the coach change his system? And I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. Look, I'm holding Paige to the standard that people want to set for her. She was the third best rookie. The only rookie other than that didn't play garbage time minutes that she was better than today was Lucy Olsen. So, yeah, we're going to be honest. We got to be honest here.